Good morning and a very warm welcome. Thanks for tuning in to CNN News 18. I'm Prithween Walia and today we're coming to you live from Sector 150 in Noida. It's in the news for all the wrong reasons, but today viewers want to quickly show you what really happened here on the intervening night of 16th and 17th when 27-year-old Yuvraj Mehta lost his life right here. What you see behind me is that waterlogged ditch in which his car fell. 90 minutes of struggle then led to finally Yuvraj giving up. But what I want to most importantly show you is the lack of proper safety measures here. Viewers, look at this. The barricades, the boulders that you see right here, all of this has been put up after that tragedy unfolded. After that tragedy unfolded at 3:30 a.m. in the morning when finally Yuvraj's father was here, he was calling for help. All of this has been put up after the tragedy unfolded, which means if this is the road which Yuvraj had taken, if he was traveling from Gurgaon, he was heading to his society and this is the route he had taken, he was coming down straight, this is a sharp L. What you see is a sharp L. It was a foggy night. He could not see anything in front. There are no signages. Of course, this is broad daylight. Right now, we're being able to see everything clearly, but no signages whatsoever here. There are no street lights. There is one street light a few meters away. That surely would not help in a foggy situation like that. So there are no flashlights here. There are no signages here. All of this has been put up after the tragedy. So his car went straight from here, collided into that wall, that drain wall that you see on the other side of these barricades, and then fell into that waterlogged ditch. So this is clear administrative negligence, and on so many levels, the residents in this particular society had been speaking of these concerns for a long time. I'm going to quickly go across to our guest who's joining us this morning. My colleague Simran is also here. She's been tracking the story for the last few days. But I also have a resident of the society where Yuvraj was staying, which is not so far away from here. And Yuvraj's father reached out to him as well. Sir, tell us your name and tell us what really happened of everything that you're aware and what you've heard of from people who were present here at the spot.
Okay, I'll tell you the whole scenario, what happened at that particular day or the 12 o'clock in the night. First of all, my name is Arun Bindra. I'm an unfortunate resident of the same society, Tata Eureka Park, which Tata also want to withdraw his name because of this sector reputation. So if you Google it, you'll get Tata Eureka Park. But now Tata also wants to say it, just call it Eureka Park. So in future, you will just know as Eureka Park. Okay. As I said, my name is Arun Bindra. I'm an ex-Jedivis employee. I was a flying crew, flown for 18 years. I stay in the same tower, Tower 20, first floor. Unfortunate incident happened with the family. They stay on 16th floor. Father and son alone in the family. Now, 12 o'clock in the night, the kid is coming back from his office, Gurgaon. He has two of his colleagues along with him. He dropped those colleagues because it was a foggy night. From last 1 month, there is a fog scenario going on, and it's a courtesy, or maybe it is a duty, or it's goodwill of the news channels. They are showing everywhere it's zero visibility, everywhere it's chaotic. So please drive safe, please stay home. You are making people aware. So people are aware. They're going slow by slow. He dropped his two friends at their places. Then he's coming over here. Now the good scenario, we are here on the spot. As you can see, when he comes down here, 12 o'clock in the night, he's coming from this lane. This is a curve. It's a sharp curve. There is no single board yet. After the incident also, no single board which says there is a curve here. How somebody can dream of that there will be a curve here? That too a foggy night.
What about the street light that we see?
These street lights are supposed to be...
Are these functional? Are these functional?
They are functional, but they have a very dim light.
Yeah.
These are not sufficient for these kind of a big road, you know.
And this is easily 30-40 meters away. So by the time you reach this point, there's zero visibility in this corner.
Zero visibility, fog is going on. Now this is coming slowly from there. There is no curve, there is no board, there is no reflectors, there is no emergency lights. Now let's talk about emergency lights and reflectors or other things. Before this incident, unfortunate incident happened, a week before that, there was a truck already ditched here. It was hanging half inside, half outside. Yeah. You can see the damage. You can see that
let's go there and
let's
keep moving.
Wall is broken here because this truck who got stuck here, 30-40% outside, 40-80% inside. When the driver, and because of this railing, what we got to know, the tire also bursted. When the tire bursts, the driver got panicked. Now he wanted to get out of the truck. When he wanted to get out of the truck, he did not know because of the fog that there is going to be a ditch or maybe a dead zone or maybe a dead trap, whatever you can call it, that the builder has already made and
So
cured it
this
for him.
this damage, this compromised wall that you see, the drain wall that has been left damaged, this is because a truck. This was just 2 weeks ago, sir.
A week or 2 weeks before that only, I think around 1st or 2nd of January. So this truck was hanging around here and the driver jumped. Now that driver has a very, I'm sure he must have done some good things in his life. He fortunately got a Blinkit guy coming behind him. So Blinkit guy saw that the burst of the tire and then something happened here and he knew because the Blinkit guy keep traveling, so he knew that there is a ditch here and it's quite deep here. So then he saw this truck and then he noticed that the driver also jumped because he wanted to get rid of the truck because the truck might fall in or he was scared because the tire burst. Okay, so this guy used his brain. He took the rope because he can't give him hand because there is a distance here. So he took the rope, he put the rope there, he got this guy out, you know. Imagine if he would have waited there in the truck to call police. I'll tell you what happened with that guy. You know, that was the unfortunate incident.
The truck driver.
The truck driver. Truck driver came out because this guy, Blinkit guy was there. He gave the rope and he pulled him out. You know, and this guy knows swimming also. Now, unfortunate incident happened with this guy whom we could not save and I have a deep regret for this, you know.
His father reached out to you as well. Now, the unfortunate part is that his messages also went through late in the night.
Correct.
Later, possibly by then, Yuvraj was gone.
Correct.
Because there is poor signal here, poor network here.
yes.
So, what really happened? What kind of communication took place that day?
If you see this whole area around, there are around 10 to 15 societies. Every society must have minimum 5,000 residents staying. So altogether 50 to 60,000 residents are staying here. There is no single tower to communicate. We all are communicating to each other through Wi-Fi only. Wi-Fi is at your place, home. You can just call up one signal maybe. Unless there is no network, there is no mobile network happening in the societies itself. So that kid, luckily, unfortunately, now this space is already open for him. That truck or somebody, when
it's not as though this is a high wall. This is not a high
Not high
wall
wall.
that this could stop the car from crossing over.
easily.
And
easily you
possibly
could
even if somebody is on a
barricading
40 or 50 kilometer per hour speed, their vehicle is likely to cross this. If a truck could go past it, then what can stop an SUV?
Of course.
We have another
A
resident.
little differ over here. 30, 40 speed during a zero visibility or that kind of a foggy night, it's very difficult
Yeah,
to
lot
drive.
of-
I'll give you an example. You know, you stay at your place. Everybody stay at your place. You know your house around. Just close your eyes and walk. Can you walk? So zero visibility means you can't see anything. If with closed eyes you can't walk in your own house, how come with zero visibility you can drive a car with a speed of 40?
Yeah,
You
a lot of
cannot drive
residents
more
had
than
said that-
10, 5,
Yeah.
you cannot drive. But the only thing is once the way is open, the car comes down here with a speed of 5 and 10 also, it's just gone inside and with the flow of the water is gone ahead. And then for 2 hours this kid is struggling, struggling, called his father came, they are talking to his son, everybody is in touch. All the civic bodies came, police came, fire brigade came, SDRF came, NDRF came, all the fancy names have come in, everybody came in. But the only question which everybody is asking, father is asking, we all are asking, now SIT has come, I am sure SIT is going to ask. Buddy, everybody is come and standing here. You put 1 lakh people over here, but if nobody wants to get inside and swim and get the guy out, what is the point of we coming over here?
Yeah. Okay, I also have another resident of Sector 150 Noida. Let's try and understand, sir, your name and tell us, this problem has been ongoing for a while. Residents have been filing complaints, they've been writing letters to the Noida authority. What kind of problems have people been facing that have been left unheard completely?
My name is Aman Nijawan. I'm lawyer by profession. So basically we have written lots of complaints and representation to the Noida authority from time to time. We shifted here around October, November of 2024. I shifted basically. So this area is now, I think, more than 20 to 25,000 residents are residing in this area. We have made there is no network coverage in this area. We have made a representation to Jio, Airtel, survey was done, but unfortunately they did not get the land to install the mobile network tower. There's no network tower. You can see all the drainage are open in the entire sector. We have made a representation to the Noida authority to cover this incident. If you recall, approximately 6 months back, one child of 7-year-old in ATS Pristine Society, which is also in Sector 150, one child fell into that drainage. But unfortunately, Noida authority did not take cognizance of this offence and they did not take the steps to.
Lack of safety was not the only concern, or proper signages, proper barricading, proper lighting was not the only problem. A lot of residents had spoken of safety for children, for women, and how more needed to be done. This place should have been more lit up. All right, stay with us, Aman. Simran.